Hello, folks. It's November 5th, 2001. Remember the 5th of November. Guy Fawkes. Is that why we always celebrate holidays with fireworks? Well, I was just going through my old costumes. Oh, should have buttoned that. I'd like to put my glasses there. I always buy a shirt with two pockets. Although this was issued to me. Drill oil in the Gulf of Mexico, especially if you don't live in 10,000 miles from there. British Petroleum. Just call me Nelson. This is an old shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Oh, I got it bend down. Oh. I hope that showed up. It's supposed to say Folk Alliance. Back when I was a volunteer. Trying to learn this silly thing called love. Everybody loves a musician. Well, I was a volunteer and a full-fledged member, and I did the janitorial work. Because somebody had to do it. I have not gained any weight. I have built some muscle in the last 15 years or so. Sure. Well, I've had some questions finally coming in through my email. I'm going to try to address 4 of them in the next 13 minutes. Why do you do YouTube channels? That is a very good question. I think the first I got involved with YouTube back when it just became a thing, and I did a couple of don't even ask me how I recorded them or got them online. And I had one or two up, backyard garden, and I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that I was advertising nationwide, and really what I was trying to do was advertise my homegrown vegetables grown locally within about 20 miles of my house, and anybody that wanted real healthy food and didn't want to pay anything for it, they looked me up. Well, I usually do a grocery report with some of my bloggers online. Anybody been to the grocery store lately? Yep. You see, they have these, they used to have these brains. They used to go to college. But they created graph charts and future anticipation of needed essentials. So, for the next 4 months, do not buy butter, eggs, flour, sugar, chocolate. Well, I'm pretty basic. And that's why I keep my grocery bill. Most people don't believe it, but I'm just one person. But it's getting harder and harder to do because I'm having to get into my supplies, which brings up the second question. But to finish this one, the other reason I got on YouTube recently is I was meeting too many people. Bob, Wayne, is that you? We heard you died years ago. I think that's cool. Oh, that was Biden. I'm sorry. He was having so I'm still here. I'm still alive. And some of you who remember me from Folk Alliance, and I don't really like to cut my hair because I'm just going to throw this in as I go down another rabbit hole. Boris Johnson. Poor Boris. I think UK politics have done a U-turn on this strange thing going on in Glasgow. Climate change. Like everybody's reading a script. Oh yeah, when you're a member of Folk Alliance, you get an invite and you get to stand, I don't know, juggle, be sitting reading a newspaper on your break, and they come by and film you. Good times. But it doesn't even end till November 12th. And supposedly Biden was back in the United States. Somebody landed in Helicopter 1 or whatever they're called at 1:30 in the morning yesterday morning. We don't know where he is. He's supposed to be in Glasgow. Now he's in Washington, D.C. And I went down the wrong rabbit hole. This is why I do YouTube. All right, I'm not going to get to all 4 questions. Let's talk about midlife crisis. I think I had one when I was born. I think I had one when I cut my teeth. I think I had one when the woolies started to grow. And I think I really had one when I went off to college. I think I really had one when I could abandon my family and continue, get my master's degree, or go back home and do the right thing that I thought at the time was the right thing. And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. As we rushed down to the wire. My next one was, you're 40 years old. You're in a midlife crisis. Which I might be able to squeeze in the penny stock one. Well, if I'm worth 40 now, and I started when I was 20, why don't I just sell 20 and I'll still be 40? All right. That's for the investors out there that don't know how to rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And so then I turned 60. And my partner had a midlife crisis. Which caused me to have a midlife crisis. And so now, thanks to somebody out there who sometime around December of 2019 decided to give all of us a midlife crisis. And now, as a gift, vaccine mandates come out from the federal government on January 4, 5, 6, somewhere along there, depending if they can wake him up in time. This is purely satirical. I don't make a dime doing this. I like to see how YouTube and the community deals with this, because I am not going to spend a lot of time putting up a lot of videos just to be disappointed again. Oh, why doesn't anybody love me? Well, it's not about that, is it? Remember, if you ever see me wearing this shirt, I'm Mr. Nelson with British Petroleum. And we fired that cartoon guy. What was his name? All right. Just having some fun. Trying to see what I can get away with, and I still have a couple minutes. What about hard assets versus green energy? You're asking the right guy. I'm a coin collector. Nothing big, nothing important. I kind of talk to cashiers and stuff, hang around. Whenever I find a coin or something, I ask, why did you do that? Yeah, I get them going. What about green energy? Yep. I have an unopened box of a high tunnel that's short, squat, and the plastic and all the stainless steel stuff is in a box, kept in a pretty relatively stable environment. I have a greenhouse and a shed that I haven't used in a couple, 3 years because I need to replace the plastic. I have a bunch of raised beds. I have a lot of wild garlic and onions and potatoes. I don't know why. Maybe I should start doing a university of agriculture. Oh, that's right. Me and Southwest Missouri State, or Springfield, my alma mater, I was getting ready to turn some money into them. And then this whole flu thing got blown out of proportions. And it looked to me like for the average uneducated American, they were just selling you an annuity that eventually, if it got approved, it would have your name on it, like the Little Money Farm. And it would open the door for you to go to dinners and dance with the stars. And then this thing happened, and it's like campus shut down. Masks. Vax. You don't think, okay, on my last note, you don't think there's a Lord? I mean, like a God that kind of kept us alive until we got here today? I do. I mean, I was promised to be a speaker, have my own little program. If people could talk to cows, I wonder what they would say about being milked every day. I don't like it, but if you go without 2 days, I feel very uncomfortable. Bingo.